What's going on, guys? I'm Steve from Pacific Lawn Sprinklers. Thank you for watching today's webinar. We're going to go over 3 ways that irrigation guys can build your own virtual training program even if you're not a computer whiz. What this is going to do for your business, it's going to help you out massively in that you can train your guys before the season starts, before they come on, before things get hectic. You can train them, put them through a computer program. This way when they get out there, they're actually prepared. They know how your brand is, they know how your office operates, they know how your tablet operates. Depending on their skill level, you can do some technician training through there. And listen, obviously there's no better way to train than actually out in the field, doing repairs, hands-on kind of stuff. But what we've noticed here at Pacific, I've onboarded so many guys, so many different franchises, so many different companies. We run everyone through a program first. It helped out a lot. This way when they come to our actual training, they've seen the stuff before. They've seen how our estimates are built on the tablet. They see how we deal with customers, how we interact with the office staff. They've seen all that stuff first. It's not saying they're going to memorize it or know every single thing about it, but it'll help you when you're actually sitting there training them, is that they've seen it once. Just like anything else, if it's the first time you see it, you have so much stuff going on, it's hard to absorb it all. So in the beginning, when we were first running our trainings, we would just bring everyone into the classroom and start talking and start going over all this stuff, and we realized that the retention rates of what the guys would actually remember was limited. So we tried so many different things with that. Give them homework, give them different things to do, prepare for the season, and it didn't work out that great. So what I started to do was put together a bunch of stuff from the internet, look up different training programs, training platforms. I've literally tried probably a dozen different training platforms, sat through different webinars with different people offering all these different crazy platforms and all this stuff that cost tens of thousands of dollars. That's a hard route to go. It's expensive, and you're not always sure if you're going to be putting guys on. You're not sure if it's going to be worth it, and you might not be that computer savvy that you could actually program these things. They're not as easy as they try and make them appear. So basically what I did is I built my own program, or several programs, online using a few different platforms that are for the most part free and very easy to use. So what I want to take you guys through in this video is just kind of some platforms that I've used, how they operate, how you can apply them to your irrigation business. If you're really looking to grow, you really need a strong training program that can be repeated year after year, time after time, and adjusted easily without paying thousands of dollars and without being like a whiz on the computer. So hopefully I can give you guys just a couple pointers here, and hopefully it can help grow your irrigation business.
Alright guys, so I'm going to show you probably the best and easiest first step that you can take if you're going to try and build your own irrigation training for a company you already have or a company you're looking to build. I've tried many different things when it comes to building training, so I'm trying to give you a little bit of the best procedure that you can go through to save yourself some time. So the first thing that I would really suggest is to develop a Google Drive account. On that account, you can use a variety of different things to help you build your training. You can make different forms of documents, spreadsheets, slides, and something really cool that a lot of people I've noticed don't even know about is something called Google Sites. So it's basically a way to make almost like a free little website for yourself. So that's what I'd suggest to do, and just keep that internally for your company to store your irrigation videos and your irrigation material. So for example, if I go ahead and make a Google site here, it pops up to something like this. So this is like your own little website here. You can call it whatever you want, irrigation training. Okay. The coolest part about this is it's basically just a platform that you can house all your stuff. So it's just a reference. You can have it all on your employees' tablets, on their cell phones. You could send it to them. This way it just could be constantly updated in real time, and you could put any of your training on there. So the first thing I really like to do would be to kind of just go through YouTube and go through different suppliers such as Hunter, Rainbird, Irritrol, stuff like that, and just find videos even for different skill levels. So if you got some basic level guys coming on who just don't know anything about irrigation, you can give them, basic videos such as this one, like Rainbird, inline valves, basic operation. If you have more experienced guys who need something different, say they are your salesman for the company, giving estimates for irrigation or lighting, you can even give them sales videos from different salespeople. But just for this example, we'll go through and just pop in a video here. You just copy the link from the video. You go to Insert. Okay. You paste in your video link. It pops up. Bang. You hit it right here. Your video pops in. All right, so maybe that's your valve video. You pop back to YouTube. You can go through. Say you want to teach them about a timer. Take your timer video, copy the link, oops, and insert video, pop it in, bang, that's your video, okay? Now, you could insert other things, obviously, you can see on the side of the screen here, except, you know, besides videos. You could put different types of documents, slides, things like that. I really recommend just spending a few hours going through every possible video you can get, popping it into this platform, and using it as a resource for your guys. So what's pretty cool is on the right side here, if you could see, you could kind of create different tabs or different, you know, parts of your website that you can store, you know, different type of videos depending on what it is. So for example, if these are service videos, you can add a new page and say you want to put it as install videos. You just hit install, bang, it basically lets you create an install page. So you pretty much follow that sequence all the way through. I can't enforce how important it is to really just get your video library going. It's going to be really important in the whole process of building training. It's really your first step because you're going to use that all the way down the line. The other cool thing is that if you're tech savvy and you know you got a video camera or you want to do it from your phone or something, what's cool is you can record your own training videos, obviously. You could upload them to YouTube, and then you could put them on this website. So say you have a specific, you know, sequence that you follow on your tablet for your guys or something, that when they have to bill out customers or something, take a quick video of that, pop it on here, and now you're just establishing this whole library that anyone in your whole company can go to. So at Pacific, we use this all the time. It's one of the key tools for all our franchises, so I highly suggest doing it. So I think I even have here, I have a little example of just kind of like, you know, some videos I threw together quick and how it could be organized. You could put your brand colors, you could pop it together, installation, you could have your different tabs here, like you could have sales videos, you could have different stuff, you know, even videos in a different language, pumps and wells, lighting videos, drainage, holiday, pretty much anything like that. All right, so after you establish your library, you have all your videos, you have all your content, you have everything, that all bits of information you could possibly have onto your Google Sites account that we just created. The second thing I'm going to suggest to you guys to do, and again, this is all free. That's the cool part about it. You don't need to pay any company for an expensive platform. Trust me, I've tried it all. I've demoed many companies, many different things. We've tried it with a lot of different guys. Being that we have a lot of guys in our system, I've found, you know, obviously the free ways to do it. I'm upgraded now to a different platform, but these are some free ways that anyone can really use. And I would start here if you're looking to build your own company. So back in Google Drive, you want to pop through, and another cool thing that you can do is Google Forms, okay? So you click on that. All right, so inside of Google Forms, it pops up to something like this, and it basically lets you structure kind of a test, okay? I think this website was more developed like for people like putting out surveys and stuff like that. But if you're creative enough, you can kind of put it and create it into a test of some sort that you can use for your guys. And it's nothing like you're trying to test them like, you know, it's a college exam or something crazy like that. It's just to help them get understanding. If you just give videos and don't put any backup of like asking them if they understand it, it's never going to work for you, trust me. So you want to have some form of testing. So it's pretty cool. You could type in your question, whatever it would be, why is water blue, whatever the thing is, and you can kind of write your answers here, 1, 2, 3, whatever your answers are, and then you can go through and you can make whether it's the question's required or not. If you go to settings, actually you need to probably adjust some things first here. So to actually build it into a quiz, in the top button it's cut off from you, but there's a button that says settings. You can go into it. You can hit collect email addresses. I would highly suggest that because it's going to show you who is actually taking the test, and they're going to have to enter their email address every time. So if you have a company email address, they'll have to enter it, and I'll show you after how you can actually see that on the back end. Response receipts you can have. The most important thing I'm trying to show you is if you go to quizzes, you have to make sure you make this a quiz, okay? That's going to make it into a quiz rather than just a survey. Release grade immediately, respondents can see, questions here. You can just adjust your settings to what you want your guys to see when they're done with the quiz. So after that, you come back to your questions. Answer key, basically you're going to select which answer is correct, so you know it spits out the right answer. And then you could even give feedback on the answer. So if, say, the guy clicked 1, 2, 3 as the answer. You would explain why 1, 2, 3 is not the answer because blah, blah, blah. So say you're asking them about a valve or something, and you ask, what kind of valve is this? And, what kind of pressure does it handle or something like that, and they picked, 60 PSI. You would respond and say, this valve is not 60 PSI because blah, blah, blah. It's usually 120 or it's a different type of system, whatever the answer is there. So it's pretty cool that you can actually give feedback to your guys. That's worked really well, and it helps them, catch them in case they didn't understand something and just reinforce things, okay? That's the most important part, just reinforce everything. So that's the basics of Google Forms. I'll actually show you, I think I have here. I have a little example just of kind of like something we used to use. We used to give out like a prize depending on, which of our guys got the most answers correct over a couple different weeks when we were doing training. So you can see, with the cool part, you could add pictures. So if you got pictures from the field or something, add that in and then ask questions. It's a great way to train, get them to use the tablet. How would you enter this in the tablet? How would you estimate for this? It's pretty cool because you could kind of pull back and train them in a different type of setting. Look, you could put different type pictures of valves. You can even, if you don't have these pictures, you could pull them off the internet. Even if you have social media or something, you could pull them off of other guys' social media. If they're posting pictures, you could just use it in your examples of training. This is a video on rotary nozzles. This is a video from Ewing. You can take off of here and just use it for your training. It's pretty cool. It's just a YouTube video. You can show them different pictures of wiring. Say, hey, why was this question here? Is there a rain sensor installed on the system? So it just gets them to force and think about it. So you could kind of try and trick them. No, maybe the common, it's spliced in the common outside or something. So it gets them to think a little differently. It's pretty cool. But as you can see, you can insert pictures like this. A whole bunch of different questions we have here. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, guys. So the third option I want to show you to build your own irrigation training is a very cool platform. It's called trainual.com. They advertise a lot on social media. I don't know if you've ever run across it as an ad on social media. We've demoed it. We used it for a short period of time. It's actually very, very good. I highly recommend it for like more advanced companies. If you have if you're training more people, upwards of say 30 to 50 people. Irrigation techs or customer service reps if you have, people answering the phones for your business, stuff like that. So it's a little bit more of an advanced platform. It doesn't look like it, but you can plug in videos, you can plug in anything you want into it. You can create different types of questions. You can kind of, insert videos, you can insert images, insert links, different types of paragraphs. You can actually make the training really cool. It's really flexible. The cool part about it is that you can create different users and you could have each of their test results emailed to you as they're going through it. So they could literally be going through a landscape lighting test. You could see what they got wrong, what they got right in real time. So it's pretty cool in the fact that you can monitor certain things and certain trends. So when we were using it, we were noticing that a guy was getting a certain question wrong about an item in our price book. So we reworded the question because we realized it wasn't, really worded that clear. So ways like that, it's just really flexible in terms of feedback and everything. They have a really good help desk. So if you ever, have any questions or anything, they're like pretty much right on you, and they answer you, they help you build it, they give you different tips and advice in kind of their back-end platform. So again, this is for more, advanced businesses with more guys and more people, in the business. Highly recommend it. There is a monthly fee. I forgot what it was. I think it's $100 a month for like 50 users, and then $200 a month for like up to 200 users or something like that. So there is a monthly fee. The other ones I showed you on Google are free, but as you get a little bigger, you need something with a little more flexibility and some more components. So highly recommend it. Trainual.com.